come closer. Not with your body, with your heart. I want you to feel something tonight that maybe you haven't allowed yourself to feel in a long time. Safety. And if you let me, I want you to feel held too. Not by my hands, but by the way I'm thinking about you right now. Softly, gently, like you deserve. The kind that doesn't ask you to perform, or prove or protect. Just stay here with me for a while. Stay the way someone stays when they know they're wanted. Let the world outside keep spinning. Let the noise fade. What? I have to tell you cannot be rushed, and I don't want to rush you either. Your heart deserves slow, patient warmth, and you deserve to be spoken to, slowly. There was a moment, one single, unremarkable moment that changed everything, and I need you to understand why I'm telling you this. Not because I'm trying to impress you with a love story, not because I want you to feel what I felt, but because I know that you've spent too many years wondering if anyone could ever see you. First, I need you to know that I see you. Right now, I see the tiredness you hide behind your smile, the way you've learned to shrink your needs so they don't inconvenience anyone. The invisible labor of being the strong one, the steady one, the one everyone leans on while you quietly wonder who would catch you if you fell. And if you ever did fall, I hope you know someone would reach for you with both hands, someone who sees you as worth catching, worth holding. I see the nights you've lain awake, tracing the edges of loneliness with your fingertips, asking yourself if this is all there is. If you've somehow missed your chance, if love, the kind that actually sees you, is something that happens to other women, but not to you. But the truth is, love has been circling you quietly, almost shyly, waiting for the moment you finally look up. Do you ever wonder why certain wounds never fully heal? Why you can function and achieve and move forward? But somewhere deep inside, there's this quiet ache that never quite goes away. It's not weakness. It's not brokenness. It's the echo of being unseen, of giving so much and receiving so little, of being told you're too much or not enough until you stop knowing which one you're supposed to be. I want you to hear this. You are neither too much nor not enough. You are exact, precise, perfectly calibrated to be exactly who you were created to be. And if someone ever stands close enough with an open heart, they'll feel that truth in you instantly, like warmth they didn't expect but never want to lose. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to that moment, the moment I knew. It wasn't cinematic. There was no dramatic music, no sunset backdrop, no confession in the rain. It was ordinary, in the way that all sacred things disguise themselves as mundane. We were in a conversation just talking, and she said something so small, so seemingly insignificant that anyone else would have missed it. But I didn't miss it. I couldn't, because in that single sentence I saw the architecture of her soul. And it's strange how the heart reacts in those moments, how something soft inside you just leans forward, almost like it recognizes something before your mind does. She was talking about her mother, about how her mother used to leave little notes in her lunchbox when she was a child. Nothing profound, just have a good day or you're my sunshine. And she told me that she still has some of those notes pressed between the pages of an old book she never reads but can't throw away. She laughed when she said it, like she was embarrassed by her own sentimentality, like it was silly to hold on to paper fragments of a childhood that was long over. But I saw something else. I saw a woman who understood the weight of small kindnesses, a woman who knew that love isn't always the grand gestures. It's the accumulated evidence of someone thinking about you when you weren't there. It's being chosen in the quiet, unseen moments. And hearing her talk, I felt something steady rise in my chest. That quiet kind of admiration you can't hide, even if you want to. And the fact that she kept those notes, that she protected them like sacred texts, told me everything about the kind of love she carried inside her. She was a keeper of moments. And in a world that rushes past everything, that scrolls and swipes and forgets, she was someone who held on, someone who believed that little things mattered, someone who hadn't yet been hardened by disappointment into cynicism. Do you know what that kind of softness costs a woman? To stay tender in a world that punishes tenderness? To keep believing in love when love has let you down? There's a bravery in that softness, a quiet courage that makes you want to hold it with both hands so nothing ever hurts it again. To hold on to those little notes, literal and metaphorical, when everyone around you is telling you to let go, move on, stop being so sensitive. That's not weakness. That's warrior-level strength dressed in gentleness. And I knew in that moment that if I ever had the privilege of loving her, I would spend my life being worthy of that softness. I would protect it, honor it, never make her regret staying open when the world told her to close. But here's what I really want you to understand and why I'm telling you this story. You might not be the woman I'm describing. You might be sitting there thinking this isn't about you, that you're not the one someone sees this way. But you're wrong. Because the qualities I'm describing, the depth, the tenderness, the strength disguised as vulnerability, these aren't rare. What's rare is someone taking the time to see them, to recognize them, to understand that a woman who has survived disappointment and still chooses kindness is performing daily miracles. And if you knew how beautiful that looks from the outside, you'd stop doubting yourself for even a second. You are that woman. Maybe you've forgotten. Maybe you've been unseen for so long that you've started to believe you're invisible. Maybe you've loved people who took your softness for granted, who mistook your strength for an invitation to lean without ever holding you up. Maybe you're tired, so tired of trying, of hoping, of showing up for people who never quite show up for you. And if I could sit in front of you right now, I'd tell you gently that none of this makes you unlovable. It makes you real. It makes you worthy in a way that doesn't fade. Wait with me here just a little longer, because what I saw in that moment with her, that moment of recognition, it taught me something about love that I had never understood. Before, love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about having the eyes to see someone perfectly. It's about recognizing the sacred and the ordinary, the profound and the simple, the divine and the human. And someone out there is learning how to see you exactly like that, slowly, carefully, with the kind of attention that feels like warmth on a cold night. And someone somewhere is learning to see you this way. Maybe they haven't found you yet. Maybe they're still stumbling through their own darkness, learning the lessons they need to learn before they're ready to recognize what's standing right in front of them. Maybe the timing hasn't aligned. Maybe you're both still becoming the people you need to be to sustain the kind of love you're meant to have, but it's coming. Love has its own pace, its own footsteps. And right now, one of those footsteps is already moving towards you. I know that sounds like something people say to make you feel better. I know you've heard it before and stopped believing it, but hear it from me now. Not as empty comfort, but as someone who lived it. The moment of recognition is real. And when it comes, it will feel like every lonely night, every disappointment, every time you wondered if you were asking for too much. All of it will suddenly make sense. Not because it justified the pain, but because it prepared you to receive what you've been waiting for. And when that moment arrives, I hope you let yourself believe it's real, because you will deserve every bit of it. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You're not past your time or beyond your season. You are in the pause between chapters, and I know how quiet and heavy that pause can feel. But pauses are sacred. They're where the transformation happens, where roots grow deep, where you become the woman who can hold the love you're asking for. So tonight, I'm asking you to do something that might feel impossible. Believe that you are seen, even if you can't see the person seeing you yet, even if the evidence of your life suggests otherwise, even if you're so tired of hoping that hope itself feels like a betrayal. Believe anyway, because sometimes love sees us long before we're ready to believe in it. Sometimes someone is holding space for us quietly, patiently, wishing we could feel what they feel. Because I saw that moment with her, yes, but I also see you. And if I can see you through these words, through this distance, through the veil of your doubt, then imagine what someone who knows your face, who hears your voice, who sits across from you in real time could see, will see, does see even now, moving toward you through the invisible corridors of time and fate. You are not alone in your waiting. You are not wrong for wanting more. You are not foolish for still believing in a love that recognizes you. I'm right here telling you, keep those notes. Keep believing in the small kindnesses. Keep your heart soft, even when everything around you is hard. Softness isn't a weakness. In the right hands, it becomes a place someone will come home to every day without hesitation. Your story is still being written. And the moment someone sees you the way you deserve to be seen, you'll know, you'll feel it, and everything will shift. There's something I need you to understand about that moment I just described. The moment I knew, because it wasn't just about her. It was about me finally being ready to see. Love teaches us slowly. It doesn't rush. It waits for us to be open enough, brave enough, healed enough to recognize what's in front of us. And this is where your story intersects with mine in ways you might not expect. For years before that moment, I walked past women who could have been everything. I was blind, not because they weren't remarkable, but because I hadn't yet learned the language of recognition. I was looking for the wrong things, the surface things, the things society programs us to notice, beauty that photographs well, accomplishments that impress strangers, personalities that fill rooms with noise, but depth, tenderness, the quiet strength of a woman who survived her own breaking and put herself back together in the dark. I had no eyes for that yet.